All right, we're back with former Navy SEALs James Storr and Rourke Denver. They're here to show us what to do in an emergency situation if it did happen in your workplace, and we hope it doesn't. But they're here to help us stay alive, right, guys?
Absolutely.
Yes,
okay, so before we went to commercial break, we talked about one of you showing us what we should do, reenact if a shooter comes in. What do we do exactly?
So in the most basic and kind of foundational level, we want you to move. So just to give a real quick example of what a shooter would see in this room, right now, if a shooter, let's say, came through the door that's looking at us, I mean, James, if you just want to get behind this couch, just so him get low and get behind the couch. Aren't you supposed to
yell shooter?
Well, we yell shooter, but I just,
I'm just
gun,
giving you the cue in case you forget.
Gun or shooter, but I mean, if James goes down right now and gets behind this couch, now this doesn't give him a bunch of protection, but right now you and I are big targets because he can see us sitting there, and now James is out of the line of fire. He's not protected, but if he uses this low movement and then heads towards an exit or a lane of egress to get away from the target, away
and
from
he's
the shooter.
hoping we stay still because we're sitting ducks.
Well, James not. He wants us to come. He wants us to come with us and get out, but to move quick and get out of that threat zone, to get off what we call the X. In the tactical environment, an ambush site is kind of called the X. Yeah. And if the shooter comes in and is looking at us, we're on the X. And what we want you to do is get away from it. And this is a very porous.
Would it be wise to dive and then run out?
Absolutely.
I was going to say, yeah,
get your head out of the target zone.
And that's one of the things that we need. We're
jumping over furniture. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Let's put some high heels on you and see how well you do that.
But that's kind of that psychological component that we're talking about as well. That a lot of people, instead of even fight or flight, they freeze. And once someone's shooting, the rules of our regular life are off, right? So tables, everything's fair game for you to get out of here. If there's glass, break it with something and make your way away from the target as best you can. You want to get to an exit, and your building is actually a great place with multiple exits. This pillar that's inside this studio right here, that's load-bearing reinforced concrete. You can't fire a rocket through that building, and James and I both had rockets fired at us.
Yeah, but you can't, if the shooter comes up behind it, you're
and what I'm saying is you want to keep moving. The shooter is going to follow classically the path of least resistance. So most of the people that get shot are the ones that sit there under their desk and just kind of wait for it. Notice all the people at the Navy Yard shooting recently that were interviewed. Almost every person, to a man or a woman, was like a Move2Safety commercial. They just said, look, I didn't wait to find out what was happening. I heard gunfire, I ran down the exit, and I got outside. And that's why they're being interviewed. What happens
if you're running and you run right into the shooter accidentally?
Turn another direction. We just want you to keep, moving.
Well, that's why I also know your workplace. And that's a big common mistake is a lot of people, I bet there's a lot of exit signs you've seen, but have you actually made your way to that exit?
Well, no, because I'm running in and then I run out of here.
Yeah, of course.
So go take a look. Just see where that exit goes. Be familiar with that exit.
And that's good for fires too. I mean, for any emergency.
Of course,
exactly. And that's the problem is at least know where those exits are. Know which one you can reach quickly in a certain situation. Just think about it. You don't have to spend hours. It's 30 seconds to be like, somebody came through this door. I could go this direction. And that way, when in the heat of the moment, you don't run towards the gunfighter, over by the elevator. You make your way to the unused fire escape that he doesn't really know about.
Or she. There's a lot of crazy girls out there too. Okay, we are going to go to the video we shot earlier of you two scamming out the building, and let's see what we have here.
So you can see James on the elevators that come up and lead right to this studio. This is kind of a natural point of entry that an active shooter might use. It's usually somebody that knows the building and is unfortunately a coworker or somebody that knows this spot. And so as he comes out of this elevator, he kind of has two choices: to come to this studio, but if he looks to his right, he might have a chance to see a bigger group of targets in that kind of cubby hole area. And so James is just going to walk in and kind of show from the shooter's perspective what he's looking at. And what you're going to see is you're going to see heads up and people that are kind of in the line of fire. And what James is pointing out right now is you have these pillars that are reinforced concrete and give you good cover. You can see an exit that's made of brick and concrete. So if you were to get out that exit,
glass, because this is a third floor.
That's a far shot. And see all these desks. It looks like you're saying. It looks like a bunch of easy targets, right?
Yeah.
You can kneel down. Then no shooter's going to see where you're going. You can go left. You can go right. As long as you're moving, he's got nothing to shoot at.
And so the trend is once you're down low and moving quick to that exit,
you are going to crab, buddy.
Yeah, and hey, there's no points for style in this moment. You want to get low and get out and exit. If you start getting down that brick reinforced exit, there's absolutely no way that person's following. And if they do, just keep moving, keep going. We gave you the percentage on how rarely they actually hit their targets. The people that stay still, the people that get under a desk and kind of lock themselves in one spot, that we're concerned about.
Now I'm going to give you this crazy scenario here, because I was talking to the paper editor, Jeff Light, about it. He has an old glass office, and he's like, "Oh, what I do? If there was no way out, he's in his office." Yeah. I'm like, break the glass.
That's right.
Can you break the glass in this building?
Absolutely. Take a chair, pick it up. I mean, I think
he's
you're
on
going to have
the third building. I go,
adrenaline
there's a ledge right around the building a million times.
I think it's a great suggestion.
Exactly.
I think it's a great suggestion.
Maybe I should come work for you
guys.
No,
I'll tell you right now. If let's say the worst, we want Move2Safety kind of become the modern fire drill. I mean, I think we used to do these fire drills. I grew up in California. You grew up in California. We used to do earthquake drills where we duck and cover, right? So we want Move2Safety to become that new fire drill, to move, to get away from that threat. And if the worst case scenario happens, let's say you find yourself in a room that doesn't have any more than one exit, and that shooter comes in, don't give up. Keep moving. Pick up something to throw at them. Keep moving away from that threat. And sooner or later, Hollywood doesn't show this, but in real life, guns run out of bullets. And as soon as they're out, then it's time to move and go.
One of those semi-automatic weapons they throw out?
Sooner or later. I mean, it might be a lot of shots, but only one could get you, or all 30 could miss you. And that's what we'd like to see, to keep moving and give yourself that chance to survive.
Again, your odds increase. What was that percentage again?
A criminal shooting at a moving target from 3 to 9 feet misses 96% of the time.
That is crazy.
It is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I took my girls to a dude ranch this summer, and we were shooting skeet, and they were hitting it every time.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's a shotgun. But the thing is, those you have to be in a much closer range.
Yeah.
So again, if you were in a shotgun, somebody comes in with a shotgun, but you're sprinting away from it, well, instead of being a kill shot, it's just an injured shot. And even then, nothing says you can't stop moving. Can't stop moving.
That's absolutely right.
Who cares if you get
Just keep moving to safety.
And those first responders are coming. We have tremendous respect for police, SWAT, fire, ambulance. They are coming. It's just that small window of time before they show up. It's on you.
Stay alive long enough for them to get there.
Yeah.
Move2Safety.
And hopefully you can save someone else's life.
Yeah.
I want you in the schools. I know I don't want to terrify our children, but maybe teach the teachers what to do.
We've done it. We've had several teacher groups that we work through, and we're kind of trying to figure out a way to massage or kind of get in between the concept of just lockdown. If you barricade yourself into a spot and the shooter can't, get through that barricade, you've probably saved yourself. The nightmare is going to be if a group barricades into a space and the shooter gets in there, now you kind of got fish in a barrel. That's why we maintain we'd love to see you move. We'd like to see you get away from that shooter.
Yeah, we see a lockdown, it is one of your last resorts. First thing to do is get out of that situation as quickly
And that's
as
what all the
possible.
schools are doing. They're barricading themselves in.
Yes.
And we understand that concept, and we understand the point of that. Administrators and teachers want to protect, they want to have a head count, but I know you have children. I'm positive if at their school an active shooter event took place and your children called and said, hey, I'm a mile away from the school because I ran, you'd be pretty excited about that fact.
Would.
You'd be thrilled.
Can we meet the girls?
Yeah.
Can you train my
kids?
kids?
We'd love to train them. We'd love to train them.
I think we should have a training. I mean,
we'd love to train them.
Go to
Move2Safety and book us. We're coming.
That's the thing. That's the thing is you can make it. You don't need to make it scary for children. Turn it
if
into
it's
a game.
there
Make it
and you
simple.
plant the seed and create the neuron pathway, then their subconscious
make it
mind
a
will go
game.
back into that
And
to reenact it. Right?
In our training, we want to take a serious subject and make it fun. I mean, we have Navy SEALs training people. We use marshmallow guns to show you how to move. We have fun with it. We want to make it a good time, and it kind of takes a very, very serious subject, and it gives you this almost inoculation or this ability to experience a reduced level of it, so when it happens, or if it happens for real,
you don't freeze.
You're ready to go.
I think that's great. I think that should be our follow-up story with my kids' school.
Sounds good.
Thank you for joining the show.
So much, Taylor. Yeah,
we care about improving the quality of our viewers' life, and not only is this improving the quality, this is keeping them alive.
We hope so.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.